What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another New Biology Clinic video. We're going to be talking a little bit about what's going on in the world. And I know we've been talking about it a little bit more lately, but I do want to make this point in regards to this idea of stock and investments. And I have a lot of friends. I do a little bit, but friends who do way more than I do, talking about strategies within buying and selling stocks. And I promise it'll have to do with the human body. And I know I've touched on this before, but I want to make this point as clear as I possibly can, um, because of how crazy the world is right now. And a lot of times people will send me things, friends, family, members, people I chat with, and they'll be like, "What do you think about this? What are your thoughts on this?" Not that I know everything, it's just a lot of people know that I look into a lot of things and I'm willing to look and explore most things that people might not really want to look into because it's scary. Um, it's too crazy to believe or to feel that it could even be possibly true. So for me, it's just there's a sense of wanting to know things. So I've done the rabbit holes, right? And this is important though, because a lot of times when people send it to me, I can say, yes, this is something that's true, or this is something I would have to agree with, or the probability of this is very high, or I'm not really sure about this one. I'm also looking into it myself. And I'm trying to always say it and talk to people in a very emotionless way, because I do understand that where we put our energy um, is where our attention goes. And I know that a lot of companies and people and whatever else you want to call this ruling class, they feed off our attention, which is energy. And so I'm talking about it in the sense of stock because if you can allow yourself in a time where everything, whether you want to believe this or not, is orchestrated to be happening around the same time, there's a reason. And at certain times of the year, there's very much a reason for things to pull our attention away from self. And that's not by accident, in my humble opinion and my research. So I say all this because if with what's going on in the world, it has your attention, it has your energy, and you realize and recognize and observe this is wearing me down. This is making me dislike humanity. This is making me dislike my neighbor. This is making me dislike myself, for whatever the reasons are. Just know that when we're in that state, like stock, when the stock is low, the energy is low, the traffic and the currency within, a certain stock is low, there will be someone or something that comes in and buys it up. And this might seem a little woo-woo out there for people. I really don't care. Just hear me out. If you allow yourself to be overcome and overwhelmed by all that is going on, as you are in a lower vibrational state, as you are putting yourself in a state of panic, stress, chaos, and you can't allow yourself or choose not to allow yourself to breathe and move out of this, what you will come across is that a mindset of going, I just either don't want to deal with this anymore, somebody else deal with this, or I'm just going to give it to somebody else right now. I don't even want to wait. Tell me what I got to do. Just do it. I don't care. I'll agree to anything. And when we get in that space, this is that conditional acceptance. We're accepting an offer that is being put in front of us. And I'm going on to all this because I really want everyone to understand there's another side to this. And this is what I was saying about the emotionless state, is if we can recognize what's going on in the world and be aware of it, but not let it consume us or emotionally take our currency, which is our energy, which is our attention, to the point where it's now affecting us on an emotional state. And we use it as a fuel to reinvest in self or, work on what we can in our immediate life. What we start to do is we can make a quote unquote profit on that stock, which is us. And what I'm saying is when you invest in yourself, when times are down, things are happening, crazy world right now. I get it. I see that there are people trying to get me to think a certain way and feel a certain way and showing me all these things to get that energy from me. And I'm going to go, no, 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 no. I'm not letting you take my stock. I'm not selling this stock. I'm not giving this stock. It's not a gift. This is for my family. This is for my loved ones. This is for my friends. This is for me. This is for my businesses. This is for everything else that I'm doing. You do not get that stock. And now knowing that times are down, looking at it going, how can I use a non-aggressive energy and a non-controlling energy to go, how can I give this energy out to my immediate surroundings and not let that chaos consume them to feel depleted, to feel ineffective? It's going, no, hold your energy, hold it. Don't let people take it, because this is where people fall off the bandwagon for their self, because they go, the world is so crazy, I can't even focus on me. And it's going, I wouldn't recommend that mindset. And I know it's hard to get out of that mindset, because once you see chaos, you want to go, something needs to get done. We all want things to get done. And when we are so attentive to that, the thoughts start to come in. Well, why am I even working on stuff? What's the matter? Everything's going to fall apart anyway. What am I putting all this energy into myself? I need to go help. And it's going, that's a mindset that I'm very much under the impression that certain people, certain powers of the world want you to think. And it's not a go do this. It's going, no, the best thing you can do is put the stock back into yourself, reinvest into yourself, and going, now's the time. Because if I can increase my who I am, working on self, really building myself, getting a clear mind, getting a clear emotional state, having strong relationships in my life, working on my ability to, handle emotion in general, not just with what we're seeing, you get to see the power that is you. You get to experience the power that is you. You get to see how important your stock is. And when you're in that state, it does attract other people. And it's not about going, I need to be better and people need to follow me. It's going, no, but if you want to see change, you want to experience change in the world around you, it does really start within you. And it's like stocks. And I keep bringing that up because understanding how the stocks can fluctuate, things can go up and down, up and down, up and down. And a lot of times when it does come to stocks, for those who are day traders, which is insane, or the ones who do more of the long game, it's going to create a lot of stress. It creates a lot of, it needs your attention. You need to be watching, you need to be strategic. But there are moments where you can be more of the bull market, more aggressive, and then there's parts where you got to pull back. Right now, we're in a time where the illusion, in my opinion, is you need to pull back, give it away, just sell, 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 give it off to other people. And I'm saying, no, we need to hold the energy, hold it within us. Do not sell it. Do not give it away. Do not let this don't let it fool you. Because when all is said and done, for a lot of people, they sell that stock, they sell that energy, and then they realized there was some shady business going on that caused it. Now it's going, the aggression gets sent out, and now you're acting out of pure just chaos. And I don't want that to happen to people on an energetic level, because that's what does lead to absolute pandemonium. I really hope people can know their offers. Here's our offer to give you an emotional response. Are you going to take it? No. Oh, you're heartless. You don't care about people. That's not it at all. I'm just not going to let you dictate what I feel. Of course, it's terrible. There's a lot of terrible, terrible things, but I'm not going to let you dictate how I feel. I'm not going to let you bamboozle me or bamboozle any of us into a mindset of going, we don't care if we don't act the way you want us to act. I can feel that, sad with what's going on in the world, but I won't be consumed by the sadness. It's going, I see that as a very tragic thing, and it's been going on, or whatever's been going on for long periods of time. And then people go, what do we do? You work on yourself, starting businesses, starting communities, growing your own food, building a network of like-minded individuals who do want to see change, who are working on themselves, right? Knowing, as my buddy Owen says, knowing 10 friends within 10 miles, good close friends that you can really get to know them. Because if you need that community base, those are ways you can grow. Working on your health. Why is it important to work on your health? Because when you are working on your health, your ability to have a clear thought for those that you love around you is even stronger. You can also understand that when you don't buy into what is being told to you, these offers go away and they'll keep trying to come back, but it's just an offer. And I'm not saying tragedy doesn't happen in the world, but I can say with 100% certainty, a lot of tragedies are staged. And why do they have to be staged? Because in many times, that's not as bad as we're being told. And this isn't a conspiracy post, it's about they have to stage things to get you to have an emotional response. They're going here, we're going to create this illusion. So take your energy here. Now we have your energy over here. Because the reality was, if it was a real situation in some of these moments, you would see a lot different response from people. And it would be talked about a lot differently. And a lot of things that are real don't ever make it to the news, don't ever make it out in the world for a reason. So I'm not saying bad things don't happen and they don't get publicized. I do believe that. But my point is don't let yourself get caught up into what is trying to be put in front of you and trying to elicit an emotional response. Because if you can conserve and preserve and hold your energy, that is yours. You did this. This is your beautiful creation. This is where you need to put the attention, in my humble opinion. Because I can see people coming through my door and training and we'll be talking and they're without me even bringing it up, it starts getting brought up about what's going on in the world and it's consuming people. And it's going, we can't focus on the moving and being self-aware and present with self because we are so disassociated, focusing on something completely different. And I'm not saying we can't talk about it. I'm not saying that it's to ignore it. It's going, how do we train ourselves to not let it take the offer of taking our energy, taking our currency, taking our stock, and putting it into something else that somebody's trying to force us to think and feel a certain way. Because you do have control over yourself, no matter what people say. You get to make choices. The choice is always yours. Where do you want to put your energy? Where do you want to put your life, your currency, your breath? These are questions I'm just really pondering lately because I know a lot of people are in all sorts of headspaces, and I wanted to try to give just a little bit of hopefully a breath of fresh air to know, yes, things are going to be happening. Who knows what the future has in store? But we can focus on our breathing. We could focus on ourselves. We could focus on the world around us and our immediate world, and hopefully start to see the changes that we're looking for once we start working on ourselves. So I'll see y'all soon. Hopefully this helps. I'll talk to y'all. If you'd like to see more, obviously newbiologyclinic.com is the place to find me, just to find our practitioners, to find our enrichment services, all that good stuff. So I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful day.